Yo, what's going on, everybody? So right now we have the Genki Force promo going on. There's a house rules that's also active until February 28th, and every win that you get in this house rules earns you 15 stars. Now you can use these stars in the store to potentially unlock 2 free 96 overall cards, one being B&D, the other being non-B&D, meaning that you can make coin from it if you don't want to keep the card. Now when this house rules first went live, I was actually really struggling to get wins, and what I did is I kind of simplified my offense and my defense and stopped playing it like it was a regular game, being that it's a tug of war's house rule, and really limited to myself to one play on defense, one play on offense. And I've had so much success that I figured why not drop a video going over everything that I'm doing so I can help you guys get more wins and get wins a lot easier in this house rule so you can turn that into free cards. So let's go over my lineup, and this is my no money spent squad. So you don't have to have a god squad to be able to do this, but there's a couple key positions and abilities you want to focus on. Number one, obviously your quarterback, because we're going to be throwing the ball. You need a quarterback that gets set feet lead. I would recommend Doug Williams. Super Bowl card is right around 400,000 coins. For the most important position on your MUT team, this is a card you should spend those coins on. If you can't afford it, Ghost Andrew Luck is probably the most inexpensive option out there that still gets a good ability stack, including set feet lead. And really the only other position that's going to matter in the play that we're going to be running is tight end. So I'm using the free MCS Kyle Pitts, who gives us 95 speed. He's really tall. If you never earn this card, unfortunately, you're gonna have to go out and get a different tight end. You can take a look at George Kittle from the playoff promo. You can power up, fully power up, or upgrade the team captain Jordan Reed. And with that position and those cards, you don't need to use any abilities. So that's really it on offense. On defense, you're going to need some solid pass rushers, but X Factors are always on in this house rules event. So make sure you're putting Unpredictable Force as an X Factor on your 3 pass rushers, because we're going to be in the dollar formation. Outside linebacker Clay Matthews, a legend card, right a little bit above 200,000 coins. Really inexpensive card that does a really good job, and we're going to be showing you some gameplay footage from the actual house rules event towards the end of this video so you can see proof that all of this works, and that card makes some plays as well. On the back end of your defense, your 2 safeties, you're going to want either deep out zone KO, which I have on the free Donald Parham over at free safety. Super Bowl Ronnie Lott's a really good option as well because he gets deep zone KO for 2 AP, and Jair Brown at strong safety gets that same ability for 1 AP. But to summarize, you're going to want 2 safeties that get the knockout ability because they're going to be in zone, and sometimes your corners and man-to-man coverage are going to get beat, but those safeties will be there more than likely to knock the ball loose every time. Let's start with defense. We're going to be in the $3-2 formation. The good thing is people don't really run in-house rules, so this play is going to be good pretty much every down. All we're going to be doing is running the cover 2-man linebacker blitz. Very straightforward formation with minimal adjustments. I run it out of the Chiefs playbook, but you can also find it in the Texans, Saints, 49ers, and Commanders playbook. A few coaching adjustments that you can make pre-snap are going to be having auto flip turned on, your auto alignment turned on to base. This is going to minimize the number of pre-snap adjustments you need to do. And for me, my zone drops, I like to go 0 for flats, 20 for curl flats, and 10 for hooks. So 0, 20, 10. So the first thing you want to do is select a linebacker that's opposite of the running back. So it's going to be Julius Peppers in this situation. You select him with X or A, and you're going to hit right on the D-pad to put him in a purple zone. He's basically going to cover the right side of the field. The high safeties are going to cover the deep routes, and you're going to user the guy who's on the same side as the running back. Your primary read when the ball snaps is to cover the running back. If he stays in and blocks, then you can kind of roam the middle of the field, and really that's kind of going to be your responsibility because that's the weakness of this defense. Now we're playing random offense against the computer, so I don't know what we're really going to get, but like I said, we're going to show you live play examples from house rules where I run this defense, and you can see that it works. Here's another formation that you're more commonly going to see on offense here, and it's actually the formation we're going to be running on offense ourselves. But again, purple zone on the opposite side of the running back. Let's go ahead and let them snap the ball here. Hopefully they don't run the ball. And we're going to chase that running back. You know, that's an easy tackle for us to make. Now, when they're in 5 wide, you can leave it set up like this and just user the guy who's supposed to be blitzing. Another thing I like to do is still put that opposite linebacker in a purple here, but I still kind of have to be responsible for number 8 over here, Kyle Pitts, because he's going to be my man. Whoops, I didn't mean to run off sides there. He stays in and blocks, so now I can roam the middle of the field. Again, this is against the computer. It's really hard to mimic what you're going to see online versus practice mode against the CPU. That's why we're going to show you those examples in a moment, but it's just trying to give you a basic idea of how to set it up and what to look for as far as your responsibilities as the user. Now on offense, we're going to be using bunch strong offset, but the play we're going to be using is only found in the New York Jets offensive playbook, and that play is flood. Basically, we're looking for that really deep post from the tight end because this one gets over most zone drops. It can pretty much beat man coverage every time, and on the backside, that in route tends to get open and stays away from your opponent's user if they start chasing that deep post route, and it also can sometimes give you one-on-one situations where you can streak that player on the left and he's all alone for an easy one-play touchdown. Again, gonna be kind of hard to mimic exactly what you see online versus what the CPU is gonna run against me here in a practice mode, but there's no adjustments you need to make. All you need to do is snap the ball. You are going to have to be somewhat good at freeform passing, which is holding down L2 on PlayStation or your left trigger button on Xbox and kind of angling your throw, if you will. You also have to practice, and this is a good thing for practice mode, staying in the pocket, not dropping too far back. We got absolutely screamed at there, but in those situations, you want to kind of step up in the pocket like I'm going to do here, and we're waiting for him to get over the top of that corner or just to get open. Also, you're going to have to possession catch pretty much all the time. Just like us on defense running those knockouts, your opponent probably will have them as well, and if you can get a possession catch quick enough to get that falling to the ground animation, that's the best way to kind of counter those knockouts. But sometimes it's just going to happen, and you got to live with it. Really, the key to this here, though, is having patience and having good pocket. See how I stepped up in there to evade that blocker, or for my running back to make that block on that guy who was kind of blitzing on the edge. Also, because X factors are always on, I have the blitz radar X factor on my quarterback so I can see when I'm getting blitzed. That's what those exclamation marks are for. So for this, we're going to kind of have to step to the left a little bit here to buy some time, and then again, boom, it beats man coverage there. It gets downfield so much. It's a great way to set up your offense into the red zone, and if you can force a turnover on the next defensive play, a lot of times you don't have to do anything else. You're going to make your opponent quit. I'm not going to be able to fully simulate this, but if you look on the left-hand side again, hypothetically you get one-on-one coverage and there's no safety kind of near that left side, or they're playing more the middle of the field, you can always streak Kelvin Ridley or whatever your left of screen receiver is, and having double me X factor on them is going to be better, especially in one-on-one coverage with a taller wide receiver. They're probably going to get those crazy animations, so you can just step up in the pocket here, and again, these going to be double team now, but I'm simulating a situation where it would be one-on-one. All of the attention's on the right-hand side because you've been running this post route, I'm sorry, the corner route so often, they forget about the player on the left-hand side, and if you get that one-on-one situation, you're good to go. So those are the two plays. That's all I run this morning. I probably went about 20-4, 20-5 just simply doing this. Let me go ahead and show you some examples. Hopefully it helped you guys out. Leave a thumbs up if it did. No, sir. Knockout. Thank you. Never mind. Never mind. No, sir. Both with secure protector. Well, that's more so for pass blocking, but GG's in the chat. It's a shame. What a dot. What a dot. What a dot. What a dot. You don't want to do this, buddy. You're going to leave Ridley one-on-one.